Hey guys, welcome to another video. So, since Bind is coming back to the pool in place of Icebox, I wanted to make a video on the biggest winners and the biggest losers of this change in the VCT professional scene. I made a similar video to this, but with Icebox being removed, but I'm going to pick one team from every region that got better from Bind being added, and one from every region that got worse. So if you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the teams that I picked and what you think of Bind coming back. Personally, I'm very happy about this. Icebox was terrible, at least in the pro scene. I didn't hate it in ranked, but I did also hate playing Bind when that was out, so it's not my favorite thing, but like if any map was going to get removed, I wanted it to be Icebox, and Bind is better than Icebox, so I'm perfectly fine with this. So yeah, let's get right into it. So we're going to start off in the winners category with Paper Rex from Pacific. Um, I mean, they've historically been a pretty good bind team running that Yoru comp back during, I think it was Reykjavik and Copenhagen. I'm not sure if they ran it at Champs, but overall, they've been a pretty good bind team throughout their history as a team, and I think this will definitely be a win for them, considering they can run some wacky comps on that map. Obviously, there's some of the changes, like the teleporter changes, kind of make their Yoru worse, but it's not like significant enough to make it like unplayable or anything. So for EMEA, I kind of struggled with this one, but I picked Vitality. I considered teams like Fnatic and Giants for this one. Obviously, Fnatic being one of the better bind teams historically, and Giants having Nookie, who's one of the best bind players historically as well. But I went with Vitality here. I think with Bone Cold on their team, who was the IGL of Ascend, who is probably the best bind team of all time. I think you can pretty confidently say that. I think they overall get a really big upgrade to the map pool because of his understanding of the map as an IGL. And I would be surprised if this team is not good on bind when it comes back into the pool. And then our final winner here, I think this one was pretty obvious. I went with NRG. They were one of the best bind teams in the world last year, if not the best. Obviously, there's some other good options here with like 100 Thieves. God, who else was there? Loud have been a good bind team. EG have been a good bind team. Overall, there's a lot of good bind teams in this region, but I think NRG being probably the best in the world last year, I don't think you could really go with anybody else here. And then for the losers category, in Pacific, we're going to start with Talon. Um, there weren't really many teams that had like strong opinions on bind outside of Paper Rex, who really like bind. Um, but I went with Talon, who when they were on Xerxa last year, they were consistently banning out bind the whole year. So I thought there weren't really any other teams that had strong opinions on it. So I just went with them. Like when they played it, I don't think they were that bad. I think they played it at Copenhagen. They lost to Northeption on it, which isn't ideal. But I mean, it's not like the best pick. Like obviously, there's other teams that definitely are a little bit more upset about it than Talon, but they're not in Pacific, so I went with Talon for Pacific. And so in EMEA, I went with Koi, who obviously this team hasn't had much of a like history on this map, but Coldmenta on Guild with Trex, they weren't particularly great on bind, looking back at like their record on it. So there weren't really many teams that were bad on bind out of EMEA. I think EMEA was historically the best bind region. Uh, but I thought that Coldmenta probably, considering his history on Guild, they didn't have the best read on that map. Also, I don't know what the hell Wolfen's going to play on this map. Probably Sage, but they'd have to figure that out. And that's why I went with Koi. And our final team here, our final loser from the Americas region, is Furia, who historically, again, have not had the best record on bind. Obviously, they added an MW Zera to this team, so it's not like they're who is a good race player, by the way. That's why I'm mentioning that. So it's not like they're going to be terrible on that map, but I think they are going to be one of the worst teams in Americas on this map, if not one of the worst. I don't want to say one of the worst franchising teams on this map because there's teams like Army Corps and whatnot, but I don't think they'll be particularly good on the map when it comes back. Plus, I'm not entirely sure what Digizin is going to play on this, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, they were my final pick. So with that, that's going to be the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment on what you guys thought of the teams that I picked and what you think about Icebox and Bind being switched out. And yeah, with that, that's going to be the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.